to Charmant Road in Cheltenham where they're doing some, it's like a street party kind of thing. I'm not really sure what the plan is, but we thought we'd go check it out. They've closed off the street, I think, because they're doing level crossing removals. It's a big thing here in Melbourne. They're doing a lot of them, so we're just gonna go see what it is. I don't know if this will even be a vlog, but let's see. You don't want to enter the raffle? No, we don't have any coins. It's going to look like when they're done with it in a couple of years.
That sort of stuff done. That's sort of flagged at the moment.
Yeah, so I was right. I had a feeling it was going to be lame, and it was. They blocked off like the tiniest section of the street, and they really didn't have much. They just had a couple of food stalls and some musicians and a couple of guys just talking about what they're going to do at the station. So now we're looking to see if there's any works going on. I don't believe there are. I don't think they've started yet, but a lot of stuff is blocked off. So I might vlog the next couple of days and make it part of this, since I don't have much footage from right now because it was pretty lame, to be honest. Here's like an artist's impression of what it's going to look like. They're going to have a kiosk, and yeah, basically that's what it will look like. Just another artist's impression of part of the thing.
Speaking of belonging, I hope someone knows who this child belongs to. It's not mine that I'm aware of.
Happy friendversary, beautiful. We at the night noodle markets, back at the entrance. Look at the queue. We're getting bow. What'd you order? What did you order?
Fried chicken.
Oh yeah, I got tofu.
I think I know what come over tonight. Gravity pulling, bending time.
Good food. So we're just gonna go get some churros because why not? Delicious churros. She's actually had churros today already, but I want some. So yeah. She's just, you know, Snapchatting her ice cream, sorbet. Oh, good news is we didn't have to wait 40 minutes. Bad news is, well, I mean, there is no bad news, it's churros. I'm gonna dig in now. So I'm here today at like this colour run event that I'm running for Cubs. I don't know if this is gonna be a separate vlog or the start of a new one, probably the same one. So warm up is about to start, like we're just gonna warm up to music, and then the colour run happens. My scout group has a barbecue running here, which I was just helping out with, and I will be back after the colour run to continue helping out. But we actually have a couple of parent helpers, which is good because we really needed them. Yeah, you've got a Scooby-Doo, Johnny Carson, coffee van, donut van. It's pretty good. And you see there's the jumping castle there.
But for those that don't, this is an amazing school, Mentone Park. And for a relatively small school, we have got so much support. And part of this support comes from the people that we see here today. So thank you very, very much. So give yourselves a big round of applause. We really, really do appreciate everything that you do. Now, I don't have a...
So this afternoon we've got a billycart derby at the same place as the colour run was. So we've set it all up. It didn't really take that long. Yeah, so we've set everything up. We've got flower bombs for the kids. Oh, they're not here. But we made flower bombs for the kids there, so they're going to throw those at each other. And thankfully the weather is much nicer, so I was kind of like, why does it have to be at 2? That's so late. But now I'm glad because the sun has come out. The skies are blue and it's not quite as cold and miserable as it was during the colour run. But thank God it didn't rain. That's all for now. I mean, the kids are kind of just playing in the tree and you know, riding the billy carts. And I think we're meant to start at 2, but it probably is 2 by now. I have no idea. My phone is charging. Yeah, the kids are just having a good time pushing each other around. It's not really much of a turnout, but I don't know. I expected more kids to come because who doesn't love billy cart derbies? But what can you do? Anyway, talk to you soon. What's up, guys? This vlog is a lot shorter than I was expecting. It's 3 days worth of footage, so I was expecting it to be longer than it is, but it doesn't matter. So I cut a fair bit out, like not a fair bit, but like maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds worth, because I was talking when I was in Central with my friend, but you couldn't hear us because it was actually really, really loud in the restaurant, and I didn't realise until I was watching over the footage. I'm like, crap, it was too loud. But basically all I was saying is that they told us there was going to be a 40-minute wait, and then I ended up saying that it turns out they brought us our food before it was 40 minutes, so we didn't end up having to wait that long. Anyway, nothing interesting. So moving on from that, I thought I would finish up this video by doing something that I wanted to do whether this video was short or not, and that is an update on my surgery. So I feel like that's something people want to hear about, and I did plan to do updates before I had the surgery. If you're interested in that kind of thing and want to hear more about my surgery, let me know. I've already done a bit of a Q&A on it in my last video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll link it at the end. And so I'm 10 weeks post-op now. I will be 11 weeks post-op on Monday. And so far, not a lot has changed. I wanted to do regular updates on how my surgery recovery was going, but there isn't really a lot to update you on, like week to week. Not really a lot changes. So that's why I haven't really done an update in a while, because the changes are very slow, not much has changed. But when stuff does change, I'll do an update. I will definitely be doing an update when I'm 6 months post-op, which is 3 months and like 2 weeks or so away. So quite a while, but I will probably do one before then. But there are a couple of things that have changed. A big one that I noticed a couple of days ago is that the sensation in my back is actually getting better. If you've seen my Q&A in my last video, I believe I mentioned that I did lose a bit of sensation in my back because, you know, it's a big operation. They're messing around with nerves, I think, and like I got a bit of nerve damage, like temporary nerve damage from the surgery. So I lost a bit of sensation at my back, and trying to scratch my scar because it's healing was really, it just didn't feel good because I couldn't scratch it. I couldn't feel myself scratching it. But thankfully the sensation is coming back. It was mainly just that middle area of my back where I was losing sensation. But yeah, so that's come back. Another couple of things I wanted to mention is that my neck has been getting a bit sore when I'm out and about and I don't wear my back brace, but that is getting better. So for the past maybe week, 2 weeks, since I last saw my surgeon, he has said, I want you to, like, you know, go a little bit of the day without wearing your brace. And so for the past couple of days I haven't actually worn it at all going on my walks, but that's because it's been too hot. So I've been going on really short walks and just not bothering to put the brace on for half an hour. And my neck is not getting as sore as it was. So that is another really good thing. It still hurts a little bit to sneeze. I guess sometimes that depends on the position, but that's just something I wanted to mention. Another one is that I can bend a little bit better than I used to be able to. But I still, like, a lot better than when I first had the surgery, but since like the past 3 weeks or so, I can bend a bit more, but it's still much more helpful for me to bend with my knees and then bend with my back. I just saw my surgeon 4 days ago, and he said that I won't be able to go back to the gym until I'm 6 months post-op, which is a while away. It won't be until next year. And what else did he say? Oh yeah, so I will actually be doing physio. I didn't believe that I would have to, but he actually recommended that I go see one, and they'll do me exercises, and the aim of me seeing that physio is to get back to the gym by 6 months. Like, I'm sure I will be fine by 6 months anyway, but he just wants me to see this physio, and that will help me get back into doing the exercise that I get at the gym. So since my surgery, I have begun to lose weight, and since that has started and people have actually noticed a difference, surprisingly, I am much more motivated to continue to lose weight. And so when I get back to the gym, I want to start doing heavy exercise. Not like heavy, but, you know, enough that will help me lose weight. And he asked me what kind of exercise I did at the surgery. I mean, I did at the gym before my surgery. And it was basically just cardio, a bit of weights, leg press, leg extension, that kind of things. But mostly cardio and weights. And he said, well, yeah, that is kind of heavy stuff, and I don't really want you doing that until you're 6 months post-op, because, you know, my spine has to heal. So, yeah, I guess the aim of me seeing a physio is just to make sure that I'm back doing that stuff by 6 months. Because it's good to do that kind of stuff anyway, but I really do want to continue to lose weight. And right now, I haven't lost motivation, but it's kind of hard to, like, drive myself to exercise when all I can really do, all I'm really allowed to do, is walk. So it's I guess it's a lot easier to lose weight when you can do actual exercise, but when you're just walking, it's not quite as easy. But my brother did lose a lot of weight by walking 10,000 steps every day. But also the weather's getting a bit hotter here, and sometimes I don't want to go till night time, and then I usually have scouting activities in the night time. At least on weeknights I do. So, yeah, but the weight loss thing, it shouldn't be a rush for me. Like, my main priority is just to allow my spine to heal and to get healthy, and losing weight can be my main priority when I'm 6 months post-op and I can go back to the gym and do heavy exercise. Like, that can be my thing then. But for now, I just need to focus on what's important, which is getting myself healthy. The weight loss can wait a little longer. So as long as I'm walking every day, that's what's important, and I have been walking every day. And my last point that I've got here is just a pretty minor one. It's just that I could be driving again by now, but I just don't really feel comfortable just yet. So I'll get back to that when I feel ready for it. Again, there's no rush for these kinds of things. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to mention that I don't have on my list is actually working. So I probably could be back working by now, but what I've noticed is that, yes, I can be out for a long time. Like, I went to the city with my friend, I was out for quite a while. But the thing is, going out with a friend like that, or doing a scouting activity that lasts a while, is that I can go and sit down whenever I want. Whereas if I have a job, I can't just be stopping and starting whenever I want. Like, I have to be there doing a job. And my dad suggested I get an office job, and I'm like, well, there's two things with that. It's just that I don't really like doing kind of a sitting job. Like, if I'm working, I want to be, you know, actually moving around and doing lots of different things rather than just being stuck in the same place at the same time. And on top of that, sitting for too long actually gets really hard. That's why editing has been difficult for me, because I can't sit for that long, and it's hard to edit when you're lying down. So, yeah, that's two things with that. So I think, you know, there's only a month and a bit left in the year, so I figure that working can become my priority next year. You know, my parents have said there's no rush, you know, I mean, I still live at home, obviously, and, so I'll get back to working when I feel ready. But I do want it to be next year, because I genuinely do want to get back to work. But what I'm thinking is I actually would love to do bartending. I love making drinks. So I'm probably going to do a short course in that next year, and then hopefully I can get a job at TGI Fridays or any other bar. I'll see how I go. That's the job that I want to do. I don't really want to go back to fast food, and it's hard to get a job in fast food when you're 20, because they don't really like having people my age working in fast food. I'm only 20, but, you know, they prefer to have teenagers because they're cheaper, so it's tough to get a job in fast food at my age. In terms of jobs, I'm kind of worried, like, about what to say. Do I tell them about the surgery? Because I feel like that's something that I have to tell them. Like, I feel like morally the right thing to do is to tell them that I had a major surgery, but I also feel like if I do tell them, they won't give me a job. So I'll figure that out. That's something that I need to figure out, and I will when the time comes. But for now, I don't really want to be too concerned about trying to get a job. I think I just need to let myself heal a bit longer. It has only been 10 weeks. I know that sounds like a long time, but this was no minor operation. I think it will be quite a while before I'm properly healed. So, and I feel like if I can't go back to the gym, I shouldn't really have to go back to working right now. I don't know. Again, this is just my experience with having this surgery, and I think everyone's different, and this is just how it's been for me. I just don't know how good I would be at working right now. So that is something that I believe I will say for next year. So I think that's all I've got to talk about. Again, not a lot has changed since last time I updated you. When something else changes, I'll probably let you know. At this point in the surgery recovery period, it's like very slow sailing. I think a lot will change at some point, but until then there won't be much changes. So that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!